If only I had known that such a simple shift in approach could produce such vastly different results and give hope to so many. At age 42, I made a decision to transform my flabby, squishy body. My employer was sponsoring gym memberships at the time. I joined the gym, I hired a personal trainer, and I absolutely loved it. The transformation that I underwent was far more than just physical, though. Everything else in my life changed, and all for the better. It was so profound that I made the decision to study kinesiology, nutrition, posture, and movement, with the goal of leaving the accounting field that I had been in for all those years and making this my life's work. I mentored with a trainer who, like me, was interested in helping people get rid of pain and to move better. I was working at the time still with the trainer that I had originally started with. What happened, though, was that I was no longer making progress. The traditional strength training that had taken me to that point stopped working. I had hit the dreaded plateau and had no clue how to break free from it. Later that year, my mentor found another trainer who would forever change the course of the work that I was doing with my clients. I went to San Diego for 5 days to work with Naudi and learn from him. I learned about something called functional training. This essentially means teaching the body to move the way it was designed. I asked Naudi on our first day at lunch together, Naudi, how can I train my body to be able to do more pull-ups? He responded with a simple question for me. He asked me, why do you want to do more pull-ups? I thought to myself, well, I know it's a traditional exercise, a classic, but the reality was I couldn't come up with one single reason why I wanted to do more pull-ups. In the course of the class, I intuitively knew that functional training made so much sense. It made complete sense and had such profound possibilities for really helping people. I could see how functional training had the potential to help hundreds, even thousands of people to enhance their quality of life. From the perspective of my soul, it also made so much sense. And this, my soul's calling, was what made it so right for me to pursue. By Wednesday of that week, of that class, I sent Joe a text that said, I want to ditch my traditional strength training goals and learn to become a more functional human being. What is a functional human being? In the perspective of training, one definition says that it's a person who can use their muscles properly. Contrast this with using machines properly. It's a vast difference, and that difference is critical. I worked with a client named Pat, a male, who was about 71 years old when we started working together. He had blown out his knees years before in his 40s working on a leg press machine. His goal was to strengthen his legs at the time, and he progressively added more weight. The problem was that the muscles in the back of his body, the ones that should have been doing the work, were not operating properly. As a result, the muscles on the front sides of his legs got severely overloaded. And this overload put undue strain on his knees, which is why they got blown out. He was to undergo surgery, knee replacement surgery, several months in the future. And the doctor had recommended strength training exercises for him to speed up his recovery process. In our work together, he got stronger. He learned to use his muscles properly and in the right proportions. He also, his recovery time from the surgery decreased by several months. So he got full use of his knee several months ahead of schedule. And he was able to jog for the first time in more than 30 years. I wish I had known, if only I had known, that there are so many people looking for an alternative, that there is something that they can do, something that will keep them safe, help them avoid and prevent injuries, that can help enhance their quality of life, that there is another approach out there, if only I had known what I do now to help them with that. And my challenge to you is to consider what effect this approach can have on your own quality of life, or perhaps that of your loved ones. Thank you.